Hello, my fam. Grab a cup of coffee or a snack. Sit on in because this video today is going to be extra long. I am talking about Trisha Paytas' bombshell meth confession, plus why Tasha K is a danger to YouTube, as well as some big Meghan Markle news, Khloe Kardashian making me go like, ugh. But I need to start off today by discussing Lady Gaga and Christina Aguilera. I saw a video of Christina performing in Vegas this weekend. She kicked off her residency, and it's established, we know this, she and I have a past, and I thought she killed it. It looked so good. I want to go to the show. I'm going to tweet Christina and Gaga. I want to go to her show too. Can I come? I know that I've had issues with both of them, but I'm not trying to start a fight. I'm not looking to say hi to them. I just want to enjoy their concerts because I was a fan and continue to be one. I was really impressed with the Christina residency video that I saw, and I looked at a lot of footage, especially, and I please some people and then upset others, because that's what happens when you're honest. I loved the Christina videos from what I saw, and I was really disappointed with the Janet Jackson videos that I saw. Janet's show, which I want to see, that one I think should be no problem me attending. It looked low budget. It looked like it had a lot of hits, but it looked boring. I mean, I can't clearly really form an opinion until I've seen it, and hopefully I feel differently after seeing the Janet show, but just based on all of the videos I saw, I was so impressed by the Christina show, and you could tell she worked really hard at it. So congratulations to her. I'm in a really good mood because I had a good weekend. I took my kids to a bunch of things. We did something Saturday, we did something Sunday, and I'm also in a good mood because I have a different backdrop. I don't often film this way, and it's pleasing to me to look at something different. And I don't know if you guys can hear it, but the water is flowing and the vase is going, and I'm gonna need that because drama in YouTube land. Yes, I will get to Trisha Paytas, but first, somebody that I have not discussed on my channel before. That is Tasha K from the Unwind channel. She is Unwind. If you don't know Tasha K, she's got a lot of fans. She's got more subscribers than I do. I've been aware of her for a while, but I never really watched her videos until now. And I watched a few of them, and I was shocked, mortified, and afraid for the YouTube community. This woman is a danger to YouTube. And I'm not saying that for shock value. I'm not saying that to be clickbaity. I know what I'm talking about. I've been around long enough. I know how the law works. I know what is ethical. I know what is right. I know what being a good journalist is, okay? I get a lot of information. I don't run it all because I can't verify it all. And if you have watched this woman's videos or you're a subscriber of hers, you'll notice that she's changed the way that she talks about things now. She says a whole hell of a lot of allegedly about the allegation. Let me explain something to Tasha K that I am very well acquainted with. Just because you say allegedly does not mean you won't get sued. Does not mean that that is okay for you to say. Underneath it all, okay, an entertainment reporter needs to believe fully that the information they have is correct and accurate. I get a ton of stuff sent to me via DM like that woman and emailed. I can't run it all. I'm not going to run it all because Who is that person? They could be lying. I have no way. I can try to verify it, and I do. And, you know, so a lot of times you reach a wall. The management will deny it. The publicist will deny it. I can't get access to a friend or a family member or somebody who will confirm or deny or speak on it at all. And it just, even if people are watching Tasha K for just entertainment value, she should just change what she's doing, you know, what she's done in the past. Not do it that way anymore, because she's built up a nice following. I don't know if you are a subscriber, let me know in the comments section why you follow Tasha K. I doubt people are following her to see what stories she breaks. I think they watch her because of her. So if she just switched to just commentary, I think she'd be just fine and continue to grow and get attention. But all of these scoops and exclusives, like the one that she just had about Portia Williams and her baby daddy and him being into things that I will not even mention because I don't want to get sued. If you've forgotten, this is also the same woman that has been sued by Cardi B. Cardi B sued her, is in the process of litigation against her. And by the way, I hope she's making a lot of money, Tasha K, because lawsuits are not cheap. And I don't think it's very much like Cardi B to just sue anybody, because she's been around a long time now. I was going to say around the block. I got to stop saying that. She's been to the rodeo many times, Cardi B has. And she knows how to play the game. She knows what it's all about. She sued this one woman because she made up the most salacious, untrue, gross, awful, hurtful rumors about Cardi. And that's what I'm not sure. I don't know if the people watching her, if they're aware enough to know that 90% of what she's saying is lies, or if they're just watching her to be entertained. You know, there's an audience for that, you know, the National Enquirer, Life and Style, In Touch. People read those every week knowing 85% of all of that is not true. And I think that if Tasha K does not change how she operates on YouTube, YouTube should take her down, take off her channel. You know, they do that with people that break the law. To me, she is breaking the law. Am I extreme? Is this too far? Is it too big of a leap? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. On to Trisha Paytas. On Saturday, I posted a video saying I thought Trisha was doing great. And I was so happy, and she was taking accountability, and she seemed to really get it, everything that had happened, and was making strides. And I even tweeted the link to an article that E! Online wrote about her, about losing weight, 30 pounds. And then, let me explain. I have insight here. My expert analysis. At first, and maybe it's not even that expert, maybe this is obvious and transparent, or at least it should be to most everybody, a semi-expert observation. So Trisha has revealed that she has been using crystal meth, or is that what she says? Meth. Back in the day, the gays used to call it crystal meth. I don't know if they call it crystal meth anymore. Maybe it's just meth. Like back in the day, the gays used to call Molly ecstasy. I don't think they call it ecstasy anymore. I'm not in the loop with those things or the lingo, thankfully. But I've been around gays who've had issues, and I know things. And even hearing Trisha talk on her Instagram story about meth, I have red flags. I'll say it. I think she's lying. she cannot learn. She was doing so well for a good solid day or a day and a half, and now back down here. It's a vicious cycle with her. And we're like gluttons for punishment. And I won't dislike her for lying. I'll just think how sad that's what she came up with when she could have come up with better things. I'm happy to come up with the drama for her, be the creative consultant for her. You know, why am I dubious? For many reasons. She said that she almost overdosed on meth. Gays that I know, and some have died, sadly, don't overdose on meth. They overdose on GHB. People or have a heart attack on cocaine. You die, you overdose from heroin. I think 99% of people that have taken meth in their lives, you don't overdose. You don't. She's lying. 99% sure Trisha is lying. She also said she claimed she didn't know it was meth at first, which leads me to think, okay, did she snort it? People snort meth? I thought most people smoked meth. I mean, some crazy people shoot meth too, but so maybe she snorted it and said that she had to be hospitalized. I didn't get too much info because, of course, Trisha talked about it all in depth on her Patreon, not on YouTube, nowhere else, because she wants to make that money. And I mean, you are telling your fans you're going to get value. You're going to hear things there you will hear nowhere else. But she just admitted to the world that she was doing meth after everything else going on with her. I could have thought up so many other things that she could talk about, but no. And she said, oh, I'm sharing this to show people that even someone like me can have a meth problem. Honey, people don't doubt you've done a lot of drugs. Someone like you, yeah, we believe it. What I don't believe is just why and now. It just seems stupid and unoriginal. And I'm really concerned for her future, for 10 years from now. Because even though Trisha's been doing YouTube for over 10 years, I think I've only been paying attention for maybe 4 or 5. If she keeps it up, doing all these things and at this pace, people will stop caring. They will. And how will she make money in the future? She's leaving behind a video and paper trail of so much awfulness. And I'm not saying she can't. You know, I did and said a lot of awful things in the past, but I've grown and evolved. I'm older than her. Hopefully she can see the light. Let us all send positive vibes to Trish. Oh, gosh. Also, speaking of positive vibes, you guys, this is crushing. Roman Atwood, very, very popular YouTuber, has revealed that his mother died suddenly while on a family vacation. She was riding a scooter and fell and hit her head, and she was just 58 years old. And when that news broke, it really triggered something in me because my mom's not been well. If you don't follow my personal channel, The Perez Hilton, my mom had cancer recently. She had a prolapsed bladder. She's been struggling, recovering because of her diabetes. I'm putting a smile on my face because I'm not going to allow myself to go to a dark place right now. Let us all just, if you know him or if you're a fan, leave positive comments, tweet him, write letters, show support in any way you can. I have never watched a single Roman Atwood video, but I want him to know that I am thinking of him and his family and sending green, which is the color of healing, sending strength, sending love. Let's move on. Let's move on. I have so much else to talk about. I want to thank all of the Trump supporters that continue to watch me, even though we disagree. And this segment is for you, okay? Because I really want to get in the mind of a Trump supporter. When Barack Obama was president, I was a Barack supporter, even though back in 2008, I was very public and vocal with my support for Hillary Clinton back then. She was my candidate, but Barack got the nomination, and I supported him. But while he was president, if he said or did anything that I disagreed with, I could say that. I could acknowledge it. Are there Trump supporters who roll their eyes at the things that he does, who can acknowledge the awful things he says and does? Or are most Trump supporters supporting and making excuses for every single thing he does and says? Can you, a Trump supporter, acknowledge that Donald Trump calling Meghan Markle nasty was petty, low, unpresidential, and so on and so forth? Can you see that? Because I think that is the case. So previously, before she was a royal, because if you don't know this, British royals are not allowed to have a public opinion on politics. I don't really understand why. I think it's got something to do with keeping the monarchy going, I read, but I still don't understand it. So before she was a royal, while she was a private citizen, she said she didn't like Donald Trump back when he was running in 2016. And I think she joked, or maybe was serious, that if Donald Trump was elected, she was moving to Canada, where she was filming Suits, because she was an actress that filmed in Toronto. Because she said that, her opinion expressed in a non-nasty way, she didn't call him nasty or evil. She did not say anything nasty to him, in my opinion. He called her nasty. He's a child. He is a child, a dotard. I need water. And I've still got so much more to talk about. Oh! Watch this in parts. If you don't have enough time, stop, come back to it. Because, first of all, I'm not done with Meghan Markle. A very positive update on our American British royal. She is not estranged from Priyanka Chopra. After all, reports were that the two of them had a falling out. But Nick Jonas's wife and Nick just paid a visit to little Archie, who does not go by Prince. I think his title actually is Master Archie. And that made me happy, you know? Meghan Markle's life has changed so much. It's good for her to have familiar faces around. All right. In other news, Coco is mad. I find myself very amusing. I'm also very humble. Somebody in a video, I think it was my video about PewDiePie, they're like, I like you, but you're such a narcissist. I'm like, saying that I am more entertaining and more eloquent than PewDiePie is not being a narcissist. It's just a fact. Anyways, Khloe Kardashian responds to trolls all the time. I'm trying to wrap my brain around why, because I don't think she's doing it for attention. I think maybe she tries to teach people a lesson, or you know what, you could just be triggered. One thing that somebody says could trigger you. So somebody left a comment about Scott Disick to Khloe saying, I don't believe they never hooked up. And then Khloe responded saying, the comment you made makes me feel sad for you. Blah, 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 blah. I really pray that you have healthy, loving relationships in your life. That was what I wanted to get at. Whenever Khloe is mad at a troll, she always brings God into it. I'm praying for you, this or that or the other. And I'm like, listen, sometimes you just need to clock somebody. You got to check them and put them in their place. There is nothing wrong with that. Even Oprah will check you. Okay? You don't need to guise it up, wrap it around the pretext of God. Leave God out of petty trolling, clapbacks, and all of that. God would tell you not to respond, I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments section down below. In update news, you may disagree with me here, and I'm excited to talk about this on the podcast. The daughter of Felicity Huffman, the one whom the Desperate Housewives alum paid to help get into college, has postponed college. If that were my child, unless, I mean, well, I'm thinking about it more. I would still say, you know, go to community college, go to some college somewhere. I didn't even like reading this story though. You know, why postpone college? Actually, I just changed my opinion. I guess I was going to say, you know, when life gets hard, you don't quit. You got to keep going forward. But maybe she's not allowed to go to the college that she wanted to go to, which I'm not even familiar with. What college was her older daughter Sophia supposed to go to? All right, I just changed my opinion. But I still am a believer that, you know, when we make mistakes or others wrong us, that the lessons I want to teach my kids are pick yourself back up, keep going. You can't give up. You can't stop. You just need to get over it. Go, move. Let's do this. But I hadn't thought about the practicality of her maybe not being able to get into college. So yeah, she's taking time off and not going to college. Although, the more I think about it, I think I'm going back to my original thought. You know, it's been a long time since I went to college, but clearly she would have missed the deadlines and all of that to get into some fancy college. But a state university, a state college, do you need to be, maybe you need to be accepted, but a community college, don't they just accept anybody? Like, just go. You know, I'd be like, babe, just go for a year or a semester and that'll be good for you. Because the opposite, I think, won't be good for her. Just staying at home, doing nothing. Anyways, in other update news, and speaking of parents and parenting, Joe Jonas's parents found out about his wedding to Sophie Turner through the internet. And Joe Jonas and his parents are not estranged. And Sophie Turner told her parents before the Vegas wedding, if I was Joe's parents, seasonal allergies, or not even allergies, it's just being outdoors. If I was Joe's parents, I would be hurt. I'd be sad and upset that my son couldn't even call or text. I would expect more than a text. That, hey, we decided to get married. I want to let you know I love you. Or I would have been like, can you get married tomorrow? I want to be there. I'd be hurt. I would be hurt. I got a big heart. I get hurt easily. Do you think that was selfish? Also, Joe Jonas and Diplo are fake beefing, or maybe they're really feuding, because Joe Jonas said that Diplo ruined his wedding by live streaming it, and then Diplo responded by saying the only thing that ruined the wedding was your fit. as in the clothes you were wearing. In other news, speaking of parenting, bad parenting, I have too much to talk about today. It's stressing me out. Honey Boo Boo begged her mother on the most recent episode of their WE TV show to go to rehab. And we all know Mama June did not do that. And it was so gross and awful and painful to watch because this woman is clearly in the throes of massive, serious addiction. And she's not being rational. She fainted. Her teeth are falling out. That just leads me to ask, does WE TV, which broadcasts that show, have a responsibility to cancel it? I think so. They're enabling, they're paying her and giving her her crack money. I never thought she should have gotten another show to begin with, because by the time WE TV picked up this new show, she was with that alleged, or not even alleged, she was with that reported pedophile. There's a difference between alleged and reported, or not even reported. He was. I take that both back. That guy was found guilty. Her boyfriend, Gino. And they still gave her a TV show. Speaking of just as messy people, JENELLE EVANS and David Easton continue to remain committed to each other and are not with their children, but they are taking steps to get them back. And that includes court-mandated couples therapy, as well as parenting counseling, and David is scheduled for a psychiatric evaluation. I wonder what the results of that is gonna be. Crazy town. On to other news. Nicole Scherzinger has opened up as part of this new campaign with the Child Mind Institute about her past eating disorders and her body dysmorphia. And I so was touched by what she said, because I still view myself as a fat person and have my issues, and I'm working through them and my insecurities, and I always think I'm going to get fat again. And I can use that word. Is that an okay word to use? Screw it. I'm using it. I used it. Overweight. Big. Unhealthy, maybe, is a better way to say it. Yeah, I don't want to say fat. Yeah, I'm always afraid I'm going to get unhealthy again. So thank you for sharing your story and your struggle. And if you watching this right now are going through something similar, an eating disorder, issues, just know there is help. Reach out for help. Get help. That is so strong of you and brave, and keeping it moving. Some positive news. R. Kelly has been charged with 11 new sex-related crimes. He is going to jail. I feel it. It's about time. Also, speaking of Chicago, the Chicago PD has released 470 pages on Jussie Smollett's alleged attack. And in those docs, he asks those two brothers for drugs. Let's keep it moving. Keep it light. Apple has announced that they are getting rid of iTunes. Are you sad by that? I'm not. I think it's actually smart. They want everybody to switch to Apple Music, because streaming isn't even the future. Streaming is now. Speaking of streaming, one of the biggest streaming artists out there, Billie Eilish, made an appearance on the Ellen DeGeneres show. I love that she has gone so mainstream. Never would I have imagined when I posted Ocean Eyes all those years ago that Billie Eilish would be the superstar that she is now. And I love it because I think she makes great music. Also, we need to talk about Drake at the NBA Finals. Inappropriate. Literal trash talk. Save that for the athletes, if that. You know, I think it's so unsportsmanlike of Drake. And gross. He called a player trash. But he's been getting himself a lot of attention. And mainstream attention, not just sports news. Everywhere, from social media to legit news, everybody's talking about Drake. Speaking of Drake, you guys, that private mega plane that Drake has, it was gifted to him for free. Because the company, Cargo Jet, a Canadian company, thought they would get $200 million worth of publicity and press because of gifting Drake this private jet. And they may not be wrong. I'm talking about it. Hey, Cargo Jet, gift me some free rides, anything. I've only ever been on a private plane once. It was as somebody's plus once, and it was real nice. I ain't gonna lie. Some music news. Everybody underwhelmed me on Friday. Cardi B released a new song, Press. Feels like an album track to me. I loved Money. This one wasn't exciting to me. Katy Perry also released a new song. It felt like a Rachel Platten song to me. It felt overproduced, hot AC, too positive. It felt a lot like Taylor Swift's Me. You know, it's not where the culture is. Culture is with Billie Eilish, Halsey, Ariana Grande. That's what the kids and the radio and everything, that's where they're at. Taylor Swift, being Taylor Swift, was able to muscle Me into being a hit. I don't know if Katy's song's going to be able to be a hit after hearing it. We'll see. Speaking of Taylor and Katy, these two have no more bad blood anymore. Taylor added Katy's song to her Apple Music playlist, and Katy liked a tweet of Taylor's. I love it. How mature. Also, speaking of Taylor Swift, I love this so much. To celebrate Pride Month, happy Pride Month, everybody. Taylor made a huge donation to GLAAD, my former employers, the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation. And she also started a petition to encourage us to sign, to encourage Congress to pass the Equality Act. I love how Taylor Swift is using her voice. I also love how Kim Kardashian, Taylor's frenemy, is using her voice. Kim K paid a visit to a death row inmate to help free him because she was moved by his story and she thinks he does not deserve to die or even be in jail. If you want to read more on this guy and why Kim believes what she believes, click the link down below. I will have everything that I talk about posted for you guys there so you can read, see, or hear more. And let's just end things on a real positive note. Cara Delevingne and her girlfriend, Ashley Benson, an actress, were spotted leaving an adult were spotted taking an adult toy, a bench, a sexy time bench, into their house. I need me some fun like that and a partner like that. It's been 3.5 years since I've had sexy time. Why'd I have to go there? I should not have ended there. I'm still happy. You know what? I don't need that. I like that. I would really enjoy some, but I don't need it. I got my hands full and I got my other hand full too. Hey, thank you for watching this extra long, extra juicy video. I love you. If you love me and you love this, hit the like button, leave a comment, follow. If you're not, hit the subscribe button, share. No, I'm not gonna do it because that could get me sick. I love you. Thank you for watching. Mwah, God bless.